think, clinic owners and for people going into business, spending time on your staff is important, but also, like, if they're crap, just cut them loose. Like, just, like, you you can spend hours, weeks, months propping someone else up in the hope they will turn it around. But a sinking ship just tends to sink and drag people down. So, yeah, I guess the learnings I have had is cut them loose. Just if they're not working for you, there's other fish in the sea. And
And
that
what
might sound cruel and unpopular and heartless to a struggling therapist who's struggling with many things, but um, we can only control our work environment and make people hopefully satisfied within their work environment. But you will have staff who are struggling outside of work, and it's easy to blame work because that is something easy and they can try and change work, but often what they need is more change in their own home and themselves. So, when those people are just difficult at work, I think it's just easier to part ways. And then you look back and think, should have just done that 6 months ago because I've
interesting.
put in hours and hours and hours of work to help you and support you and do the various things that you were asking. And then in the end, you've left to go down the road for an extra dollar an hour. And it's like, I appreciate everyone has their own life to live, and I'm not, they need to do what's best for them, and I support that. So, yeah, I think in the future I will be less lenient to, you know, those sort of timeframes, but it depends. Some people have a lot of runs on the board that you would support them through difficult times, depending on what it needs. And some people don't have a lot of runs on the board in the clinic that you need to be like, okay, there might be someone else who's going to come in and score a century, in their first innings, as opposed to, you keep getting out for ducks.
So would you say the philosophy of hiring slowly, fire fast is relevant
Yeah,
to?
and like I know that philosophy, but like, you know, you make emotional choices. Like I'm
Mm.
sure anyone who listens to this has probably sat in the same situation thinking, I can get them better. Sometimes in staff, square pegs, square holes, and just can't jam it
Mm.
in. Just, yep, move on.